Hello everybody and welcome to a sequential art journey. As you can see here, I'm actually going to, as I promised for my 10th video, just do a drawing. So I've kind of laid out a drawing. Image Comics has always been something that inspired me from the early 90s. This is actually 3 of their original characters, Spawn, Savage Dragon, and Shadowhawk. I will be using some references just to make sure I keep true to the characters, but I am not copying the characters. These are my poses. It's probably a little hard to see, but I did use that shape. It's here, and it will be here on Spawn. So don't think that that shape isn't there. And some of the other techniques that I've done in the other 9 videos, the foreshortening and things like that, will also be there. And what's going to be fun is as I get towards the end of these videos that I want to make, we'll revisit this. Okay, so it is light. Some of it's super light, some of it's not. I'm going to go back over it. Now, I did change up from the mechanical pencil I've been using to the lead holder. So you're going to get a different feel for it. Bear with me just one second. Just want to make sure everybody's aware. So lead sharpener goes in, spins. It's a great tool. Gives you a real fine point on these pencils. It gives you smooth, easy access to details. We're not going to get too detailed on this, but here we go. And I don't know how far I'll get. I mean, if you guys want a full long form video on this, I can definitely do one. But I didn't want to go too long. And I know I should be looking into possibly doing speed drawings and voiceovers, but I'm just not there yet with still learning audio-visual type techniques. So my apologies. Hopefully you can sit through actually watching me draw. Spawn is one of my more favorite characters. Has been since the 90s. I do actually have a signed copy of a McFarlane issue, which is number 11. I believe it's the feature of Angela, and maybe we'll draw her one day. Never met McFarlane. The signed copy came from a friend who did meet him. I wish I did. I do have questions for professionals, which is always fun to ask them their issues with their techniques and things like that. One of the things I did notice, though, with professionals, and maybe you guys can leave me a comment below if you know why they do this, but they don't necessarily stay in one area and work on one thing, which is interesting. They will hop around. Like right here, I'm working on the cape, right? They will hop around from the face to the chain to the cape to the next character. They don't ever really actually just kind of stay in one place, which is interesting to me. And when you make a mistake, guys, I'm telling you, it's okay to erase. I had a lot of art teachers that were like, oh, no, we don't erase because we don't make mistakes. We have to be precise. And it's like, no, you don't. That's why they created erasers, you know? Uh-oh. All right. And maybe, you know, if you guys want, maybe the next one of the 20th video, I can do it live You know, if you guys would prefer, leave me a message. Let me know what you think. If you want to see me do something live, as opposed to pre-recorded, you can definitely look into doing that. I'm not sure, you know, what you guys would like, but I'm always here. I'm wanting to inspire, not necessarily teach, but inspire. If it makes you pick up a pencil, makes you get back to drawing, awesome. If you find something useful and it inspires you to create something of your own, awesome. I love watching other artists as well draw and picking up from them, and I do that a lot. One of those things that you get from Todd McFarlane is chains. You know, he has this really unique way of doing chains. So you do these little squares here. You don't actually have to draw chains. I know people used to try and do them all these different ways and connect them differently, but he had a heck of a way of doing it. And just take a look at a Spawn comic book and you'll learn how to draw chains. You can put a little curve on it if you want, and if you're closer up for more detail, obviously you can start putting the little barbs on there. And the thing with McFarlane and his capes is, you know, there's so many lines and he just had so much folded fabric. That's great. So there's really, I don't think there's a way you can screw up Spawn's cape itself. And I do like the progression of Spawn over the years. You know, he's definitely grown as a character from, you know, this typical comic book character, with the bright colors, to this more darker, gritty character as well, you know. And even McFarlane admits that, you know, he doesn't want to go back to that Spider-Man-ish looking campy Spawn. And I love the retro Spawn. I love the original Spawn. Don't get me wrong. Part of my underdrawing. And this happens, so maybe you guys run into this too. This happens, my hand is on there. I know they have these little sleeves. I'm going to come back to this because I do want to actually put in place my structure. So I'm putting the hand here, thumb, and again, guys, I'm using the stuff I've already practiced. The shape is here. Got your pinch coming over, right? I got his leg here. And you know, Spawn's got his chains. So we'll do these ones down here a little different, but you can see that underlie, right? And it's okay to scribble because we're going to go back and do it in detail. So and this is why we have the reference photos. You know, it is, and I am drawing the more retro one, so he does have that thigh piece, you know. And again, guys, you know, I'm crossing the 10-minute mark. So what I'm going to do, I got the underlie there. I'm going to move on to Shadowhawk and to a little bit of Savage Dragon, just so you guys can see that process too. We'll go ahead and throw this bad boy through the sharpener one more time. And sometimes, you know, I like working with the lead holder, but sometimes it is a pain in the butt in that the lead can break. Sometimes they get soft on you, and it ends up snapping in the sharpener, which is a little frustrating, but nonetheless. Now, Shadowhawk's one of those characters I always thought didn't get enough play, you know? Just like Erik Larsen with Savage Dragon didn't get enough play. Everybody knows Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld. You know, Erik Larsen's just one of those ones that kind of, he was there, he helped found it, came up with the cool character Savage Dragon, and doesn't really get enough play. He's a great artist, and somebody that I've learned from, which, you know, when you're looking at his artwork, you can really learn from it. And maybe we'll cover that in a video itself. You know, we'll actually go over studying other artists and what to look for. Now, and just so you guys are aware, I did do a drawing that I called Savage Hulk, and it's a Incredible Hulk Savage Dragon kind of cover. So if you guys, maybe that will be the 20th video. I can redraw that. I'll show you the original, and then, you know, maybe we'll bust out a full board, and that can be, if I can figure out the speed video, or maybe we'll just do a live video. Again, tell me what you guys like. Tell me what you want to see. If you want to watch a live video, I can live stream that and see what we can get as far as viewership. You know, you guys are helping me along here anyways. I love the subscribes, so don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed so that you see when my new videos do come out. Especially if you like what you're seeing. I'm hoping to do more and more as I learn. You know, throw this through the sharpener here real quick. And you know what? I think maybe this paper, I got this board-like paper. I thought it would be cool to draw on, and maybe I just need to stick to the actual good stuff. But you know what? We got to experiment, right? So let's go ahead and get to some of the Savage Dragon here. I'm not trying to make this video, you know, a half hour long, but definitely going to be one of the longer ones. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Hopefully I don't talk your ear off, and hopefully you enjoy it. Again, the goal is to inspire. With my journey, hopefully you can grow in your journey. In the next videos, we're going to kind of cover men and women, head shapes, you know, things like that. So we're gonna start getting into different topics. I do have a list of videos that I want to cover because there's things that I'm working on myself. So I'm trying to just share with you guys as I learn. I appreciate everybody's patience with me as I learn how to do different camera angles and different things like that. I think that one's turning out pretty good. Tell me which character you like the most from Image Comics in the comments. Are one of these three your favorite? Is there other Image comic characters that you would like to see me draw? Maybe we can work on that as well. That's not a problem. Take those requests, see what we can do. And there's a lot of cool characters out there that, I would like to draw and be able to draw for you guys. Keep it here. Don't ever be afraid to underdraw or draw over your drawing. So again, that's why we created erasers. Now, Savage Dragon's interesting is that he's super hairy. And what's interesting with his super hairy arms is that he's just like Wolverine in that aspect. But you would think being a dragon or a Komodo dragon or being somewhat lizardy, he wouldn't have as much hair. I would have thought it would have been more scaly, but... And then too, in anatomy, don't worry about, unless that's what you're going for, those muscles. It's that general shape. As long as you know the shape is there, the eye is going to kind of fill that in. And one of those things you'll see me work on a little later too is shadows. I love my hard outlines. Shadows are my Achilles heel. I don't know if anybody else has issues with shadowing, but we will be going over some shadow stuff and techniques to apply because that stuff drives me crazy. Let's see where. It used to be back in the day, I would always get Shadowhawk and Darkhawk kind of mixed and say, oh, yeah, I know who he is. Darkhawk, being something completely different. And then, guys, too, gummy eraser, right? So when you get a thing and you got it going good, like we got here, and some of these lines are a little dark, especially on this arm here, I can lighten it up. And honestly, you're tracing your own work, which is great. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but let it roll out. Grab your pencil and work from there. We'll do just a couple more minutes, kind of reaching the length of time that I wanted to be in. I will definitely post the full picture completed again, just please let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll make it happen. And there will be a video on hands, guys. I will do a video on hands. There's a couple interesting concepts behind hands. Definitely we'll be talking about Todd Knock. Todd Knock, I consider him the god of hands. He has very, what I would call, dynamic hands. I think it's one of those, he's got a special technique for that. And that's for sure. Alright guys, I think I'm going to actually call this a night. And perhaps we'll do another one around the 20th video. Again, I will show you guys the full finished drawing here in just a little bit, alright? I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me for these 20 some odd minutes while I work on this drawing. Again, let me know in the comments, subscribe, hit like if you like what you see. We can definitely do more. Thanks from the Sequential Art Journey.